murdered, burned by the Muslim mob, and how many
80 million
Muslims
80 million
and how many Muslims
since the inception.
one
since
moment
the invasion started
one
coming
moment how many Muslims were lynched, mobbed, killed, murdered, burnt by the Hindu mobs last 2 years?
I will answer you. I will answer you.
People say,
One moment. Go ahead.
I think people say that one of the longest
If you're
genocides.
neutral, right?
One of the
Give me a figure from the last 2 years.
I'm giving you. I'm giving you. Dude,
For
I'm giving you.
heaven's sake, I'm not keeping.
You'll have your chance. Be patient.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with
Either
you?
ask the government or ask someone who is keeping.
You're a
the
journalist,
record.
right? You know the figures?
Yes. So I write on
Remember what you said?
environment.
You
I
said
write
you
on
are a
crime.
neutral journalist.
I am a journalist. I write on environment. I write on climate change. I write
So
on
do you know
Pakistan
about
and
those
India.
figures? Do you know about what's happening in India in the last 2 years?
Yeah, I know.
You'll have your turn. You'll have your turn. Hang on. I'm not interested.
You are talking to the wrong person. I'm from India. I'm coming from India.
One moment. You know, you stay in the queue. Right. So, it's okay.
But you shouting
So
to
you're
us, I
right.
can't answer.
Brother, please. Excuse me, please. Don't get involved. So, because you are a journalist, at least you have some information about what's happening in India, right? As a neutral journalist. So now, give me a rough figure from what you know.
What is happening in Pakistan?
Go ahead.
Can you tell over there?
25% Hindu, now 2% left. 25.
You'll have your chance.
2%
Don't worry.
left.
Yeah, go ahead.
You
you will
killed,
not
destroyed.
Go ahead.
Women's been raped, killed.
Every week.
Yeah, every week. It's happening in India.
Go ahead.
In BBC
I'm listening.
confirmed here. Girls grooming
As a
gang.
neutral
UK,
journalist,
in India,
you should
Canada,
please
everywhere.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
Last 1 year.
Thank you.
Nobody
Go ahead.
When we speak about the atrocities of the Muslims on Hindus,
So this is what is
Hindus
happening.
and Sikhs have been completely wiped out from Afghanistan.
Last 2 years?
What is the population of Muslims?
Last 2
How
years?
did they grow? Like
Bomb blasts and
how did they
attacks
grow?
have happened in
Is that last 2
various
years?
places.
Is that last 2 years?
Forcefully.
So say that again.
April
Your ancestor, ask your
Bomb
granddad name. His name
Relax.
will be Baba Ramchandra.
Just 1 second. Relax. You'll have your chance. Just stay in the queue. Come on. So why is a neutral journalist just walking away? Especially when we want to understand.
Yeah, let's talk about Pakistan. How many people been killed? Talk about Hindus in Kashmir.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
What's your name?
My name is Jay.
Jay. My name is Mansur.
Mansur, which country? Pakistan, right? From Pakistan, yeah?
I'm not from Pakistan.
Okay.
So I don't represent Pakistani politics or Pakistani citizenships or whatever. So now what I wanted to know is, are you a peace-loving individual?
Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Bhavantu Nirane. We are the one who given you shelter when you came to India, giving you the food to the Polish people when they had world war. So nobody, you can't compare. We are the biggest peacemaker in the world.
Jay.
If we were not the peacemaker,
Jay. So you are a peaceful individual.
yes,
Right. Are you also a man of justice and fairness?
200%. Why not?
200 is it? 200. Fine. So now tell me, being a man of justice and fairness and a peaceful individual, for the last, I'm only restricted to the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, give me a figure of the violence that was happening and the number of people that have been burnt, killed, lynched, murdered by two groups I'm focusing on. The Hindu mob, and if you're saying the Muslims are doing that, the Muslim mob. Give me a rough figure.
Why 2 years? Why not 5 years? 10 years?
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Kashmir, name of Kashmir.
I'm not interested in Kashmir,
Yeah.
India.
Yeah, 25% Hindu was in Pakistan.
Oh no, I'm not interested in Pakistan
I'm telling
or
you.
Kashmir,
nothing.
which
You
is,
can nothing.
wait. India itself, not the part where there's a dispute, is a part of Pakistan or the
India-
pocket of India.
India-
So leave the issues of Kashmir aside. Tell me, in India itself, mainstream India, Indian provinces,
Yeah, still more Hindus got killed, whether it's the Delhi riots, whether it's Hyderabad riots, whether it's Meerut riots.
give me a
or
number.
wherever.
Give me a number.
Number, you can see the guys in jail because of killing.
No, give me a
innocent
number.
people.
Number of people that got killed. Jay, don't get pulled away.
No.
It's your opportunity to engage with the world,
I
to
don't-
really tell the people what is going on in India.
Yeah, it is what is happening in India.
Yeah. So answer my question, Jay.
I'm telling you, Muslims dominating, they're misusing. What Nupur Sharma said, nothing wrong. But look what is happening.
What was my question that you were answering?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your question, I'm answering your question.
Which is?
Yeah.
What is my question?
Your question is how many Hindu got killed?
And how many Muslims got killed?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
70% Hindu got killed.
No,
30%
give me a
Muslim got
number.
killed.
Rough number.
I don't know the number.
But you're from India. You came to volunteer to talk about it. And you don't know?
I'll give you the percentage.
Give me a rough number. Is it like 30 people?
No, more than 30.
Like how many?
Probably 10, 20, 30,000.
10, 20, 30,000 in the Indian provinces other than Kashmir killed by Muslims.
I include Kashmir.
No, don't include
India,
Kashmir.
India, Kashmir is part of India.
Listen,
Why not?
Jay,
Why
Jay,
not?
listen, Jay.
No, you, why not?
Jay,
How many
listen.
people
I'm
militant-
trying to
how
make
many people
you
militant killed?
make
Kashmir,
you
why not
a
Kashmir?
real person of fairness and justice
Yeah.
and a
Guys,
peaceful
guys,
person.
You know, one
Listen.
thing I'm telling you here,
Jay.
you're talking about justice.
Jay.
You are the biggest misleading of justice. Biggest misleading of
Where am I
justice.
from? Where am I from?
I don't know.
So how can you even accuse me of that? Excuse me. Now he has to go for the car keys. Is there any other Hindu fair, peaceful, just people? Brother, excuse me, brother, Muslim? Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Come here. So you also wanted to volunteer to speak earlier on. Your friend, when they're dragged away by a car key issues, he's not going to come back. This is a reality, it's an issue, like the other journalists also was dragged away. So may I ask you, because the violence is happening in India, we don't want...
Why you want to talk? You want to talk about what? Let's start talking from Pakistan. And then we'll talk about India. Let's talk about Pakistan.
You know the Sri Lankan guy got...
Am I going to speak to him or am I going to speak to you? Speak to you?
Let's talk about Bangladesh.
My sister, in humanity.
In humanity?
Yes.
Please think about our sisters like Kandil Balot.
No, before you speak, do you think I'm from Pakistan?
I'm not talking about India, Pakistan.
I am talking about India.
When you see...
I'm talking about humanity.
I saw the Indian
I'm talking
flag.
about humanity.
I'll tell you.
I'm talking about humanity.
I can only speak to one person. Why are you not respecting a lady?
With one person.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you
You're
from?
talking about
Between
minority.
yourselves, why don't you volunteer one person to speak to?
You're talking
Relax.
about minorities, right?
Sorry.
You're talking about minorities.
Can I? Excuse me. May I ask?
Humanity, right?
Between yourself,
Humanity.
bro, just one person to speak. Who's that going to be? You or the lady?
I'll speak, okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, remember, I saw the Indian flag here, and I heard the word genocide.
We were talking about Hindu genocide in Kashmir. He's talking right,
My
you're talking
dearest uncle in
So he's
humanity,
talking right. So one at
he
a
was
time, please.
representing to
One
talk
at a
on your
time.
behalf.
One at a
Okay.
time,
Go on.
Thank you. And thank you. So now, what's your name? Raj. My name is Mansur, right? We do not want to see any violence, any aggression, any injustice anywhere in the world. Do you agree?
We believe in that. We practice that. Do you practice? Do you practice?
Look, I practice.
Great.
Yes.
So you're representing yourself, right? As a
we
you.
what?
Who do you represent?
I'm representing myself and you are asking. So if you want to ask question, I will talk about me. But if you ask about general, then I represent either
Sure.
India or
So-
Hindus or whosoever.
Fine.
So that way you also tell me who
Jay,
you represent.
when I saw the Indian flag and people talk about genocide, I said, wow, now at least now, finally, we have...
Someone is talking about Hindu genocide. That's good.
It is, stick to your principles.
Okay, one second, I'll talk. You listen to the talk.
No.
Did you listen to the talk?
I am going to tell them not to
Did
interrupt.
you listen to the talk?
Look, he agreed to be a volunteer to have a discussion. But otherwise, we can't have a meaningful discussion. Right? So, as I was saying, when I saw the Indian flag, Indian people, I heard the word genocide. I said, finally now, some really must be fair, just people talking about the genocide against the non-Hindus, against the Muslims in India happening.
Just a minute.
Wait, I'm not finished.
Ignorance.
I thought,
Wait a minute.
can I finish? So when I first came and I saw this, I said, finally now, there are some very good, honorable people, men and women, who are from Indian ethnicity. They are now going to speak the truth and say the thing that is happening by the Modi government in India, the genocide against the non-Hindus, against the Muslims, for example. Now you'll be talking against it. Wait. Listen. And then when I asked someone, and I heard it was the opposite. So that's why I want to know, where are the real people who can talk about what is happening in India? So now I'm asking, Jay, I'm going to ask you this question. Violence is happening in India by both sides. We can see that. Don't ask me which social media we see.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask this question to you, because you came to talk about this protest, so you are peaceful people or people of justice. That's what you're trying to at least illustrate. Give me a figure, the number of people that were lynched, killed, burnt, murdered by either of the two mobs from both sides. Last 5 years.
Okay, wait a minute.
Last 5 years. And don't focus on Kashmir
Just a minute.
and India itself.
Talk yourself. Now listen to me. You talk about humanity. 5 minutes before you give a lecture about you believe in humanity and all, right? You contradict yourself. You should have spoken about that. I want to see the genocide happening in India on either side, but you will not speak about that. Very conveniently, you will say it's a Muslim genocide. It's a Muslim genocide. Do you know what is happening in India? Do you know how many Muslims are killing Hindus? How many times they kill? How many they did the ethnical cleansing of Kashmir? How they're asking to do? You go each town, each city, each place, they ask you, right? Each town, each village you go, they have made a ghettos. They don't want Hindus to go over there. They said, this is our land, this is what we want, get away from there. This is what is happening, right? So if you see, yes, violence is happening, but it's a reaction to the action which is being instigated on the name of so-called peace, loving and all. How can your religion so fragile that on one single comment which is written in a book that Muhammad did so and so, people get violence about it, and then they go and on the street protest. Why? If it is there, let it be there. It's written on the book. Read the book. She hasn't quoted anything wrong. But they will go, and when they go on loot, they will burn the villages, burn the town, livelihood of people. People react, right? So you need to understand. You cannot just go and say, oh, this is what is happening. You need to understand that. Okay?
Thank you very much, Jay. What was my question to you that you answered?
I gave you the whole answer to your
Now,
question.
what was my question?
Now you tell me.
tell you the data.
You just ask about the numbers. So numbers.
What was my question?
No, you ask about how many Hindus were killed and how many Muslims were killed.
And what did you say in
So
your
I just
response?
told you all the things. What is happening to that?
No, did
I
you-
may not know the number. Do you know? You tell me the number.
So, Jay, if you didn't know the number, you could have simply said,
Why I have to say that? You will give me the bloody whole lecture about the whole humanity you believe and then the Muslim genocide.
Jay,
Right?
remember,
Not Jay.
Raj,
I'm a Hindu protester.
you came to volunteer.
No, you will go around and
Raj,
just... Okay, go on.
Raj,
Yeah.
I asked a specific question for a specific reason.
He's not interested in the truth.
For a specific reason.
Okay.
I don't see from the Hindus, I don't see from the Hindus,
Come on.
I have not seen Hindu people coming up and really talking about the truth.
Do you know something?
I thought
Wait a minute,
you
wait
could
a
be
minute.
one of them,
No.
and I can be.
I'll give you the good example.
I have not finished.
Watch NDTV
I have not
in India. NDTV will give you bloody numbers. They are Hindus, and
Right.
they will give the number. This is or not.
Do you watch
India
it?
Is, I don't watch it because I don't
So
watch
why
it.
are you asking? So why are you asking?
But he will agree. Your person is agree. Go and watch
Yeah, go
NDTV.
ahead.
Go and
Raj,
watch
calm
them.
down.
They give the
Calm
number.
down, man.
Raj.
Okay, Raj, who killed Gandhi?
right?
Hindu or Muslim?
Why are you talking about religion?
Gandhi! Look at this guy, he doesn't know who killed Gandhi. And he thinks he's an Indian.
Who killed Jinnah?
No, wait.
You know,
Who killed Raj,
wait a minute.
Who killed Gandhi?
I know
Okay?
my history.
It's Godse. Okay? Godse wasn't a Muslim. You didn't even know that. So let me educate you on India. Who killed Indira Gandhi? Again, not a Muslim.
What is it?
Who killed Indira Gandhi? Who killed Rajiv Gandhi? Again, not a Muslim. There you go. So the Hindus are killing their own Hindus, and they are saying we are the ones killing. Now wait. With all due respect, according to Hinduism,
Have you got the car keys?
according to Hinduism, you guys want peace.
These are deniers, you know. They will not
Raj.
admit it.
So let's Raj. So the reason why did I ask you to give me a figure only how many Muslims were killed, or did I give you to give me a figure from both sides?
You said only Muslims.
Yeah, right.
I hear only Muslims.
Okay, so you're not even listening to the question.
No, because
Perhaps
you just said Muslims.
did I say only Muslims were
Yeah,
killed?
you just said.
You are trying
Wait,
to
brother.
See, I'll tell you.
Subhanallah.
There is called as 99
Brother, one second.
mentality.
Brother, please.
So,
One second.
That's why
Raj.
Kabir Baloch was killed.
Excuse me.
You can't tolerate women talking, isn't it?
Excuse me, sister in
Why has
humanity.
India become a
You
rich
can't
capital?
tolerate
If
women
they respect
talking,
women.
isn't it?
No.
Why has it become
I'm
a
trying
rich
to have a
capital?
conversation with the gentleman.
You know that, right? India is a rich capital.
But
I don't think so.
Look at your own statistics. You should really go and read up.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, it does matter.
I am
It
asking-
does matter.
Why does it matter?
What
Why
is,
does
you know
it
what
matter?
is happening in Pakistan?
You honestly want me
You
to
go
talk?
right.
So answer the question.
Don't
Okay,
tell
let
that
me
also.
begin from the beginning.
So can you answer the question
No,
I
no, I
asked?
will not answer question.
Then
I
I'm
will
not interested in
provide.
talking to you.
No, why are you not
So
talking
the
to me?
reason I asked this question
So the gathering here
is
was
to
about
show
Hindu genocide. Did you
whether
ask
you
anything
are
about Hindu
fair
genocide?
or unfair.
Because you're denying
If
it.
you're really fair, then you will say these are the casualties of both sides, and we don't want casualties from any side. That's true fairness. That's true peace loving. Do you agree?
Kashmir Hindu genocide.
Right. So I asked Raj.
Don't give us
There
all
was
these
a
lectures.
genocide in Hindu
I
genocide
asked
in
you,
Kashmir
Raj,
7 times.
Casualties
Seven
from
times.
both
30 years ago,
I wasn't focusing on only one
convert,
group.
buy or leave. That is the
I'll tell
truth.
you.
You are
Maybe
not
I do not know the
going to
numbers,
deny it.
but equal number of people
India is
from
a
either
rich capital.
side.
Go and
Yeah,
read
right.
about
So-
Equal number.
And what
Whatever
about
number you
Pakistan?
call,
You
I
don't
cannot
respect
say.
So you're saying
women.
equal
You don't
number.
respect men.
Is this
You don't respect the poor. You don't
I'll
respect
give you,
anyone.
if you call Pahlu Khan is born
Just-
lynched,
yes,
so
just keep it
Akhilesh
beef
Tiwari
in
is
the
also
fridge.
killed.
You
So there are the
lynch the
people
Muslims.
which is happening
What
on the
is
both
the
sides. I can
order?
tell
You
you
don't
that.
respect even
You
human.
cannot simply isolate one individual when hundreds of people have been lynched.
We would like your
So now,
your
Where you
religious
get
scholars
that number?
come and have a
Where you get
discussion.
that number?
so
Where you got that
it's a Bollywood movie then.
Yeah, show me.
You
Show me
did
the
not
status.
I'm asking you.
acknowledge the
No, I'm
genocide.
telling you that.
So how many people were killed for the last 2 years?
I do not know the number, but I'm saying the equal number. Maybe
Roughly.
50, maybe 40, 50.
Yeah.
So 40, 50 people were killed from both sides.
No, you're not Indian. In Pakistan,
Do you agree with this number?
Maybe. No, why you are hung up on the number?
The reason I'm hanging up is this, because
Tell the number and we agree on that. And let's
We're
move on.
not
Another
agreeing.
topic, right? Okay.
so now, if
Oh,
Mansur,
you cannot speak Marathi.
if someone is
You cannot speak Marathi.
This is happening on
You're
both
Indian.
sides.
No, you're not.
Both the sides.
You're not
both
Marathi.
sides,
Both sides, yeah.
where can I see
Not
that's happening
Marathi.
in both sides? Which media can I
You're not
watch?
Marathi.
No, hang on. I want to see and watch from reputable sources. So
Okay, see, I'll tell you.
that where the equal number being also
You know
being
there are many second and
killed,
third.
where can I watch
Can
that?
we
Doesn't
leave it
mean
equal
that they're not
number?
Indian. I think that is the most stupidest logic I've heard.
No, but okay, number
saying-
you are
Before-
asking.
On both
That's
sides.
such a big
I don't
country.
know
People
what
everywhere.
What I'm trying to understand,
And lesser on one
what
side.
I'm trying to understand is
No. My point is,
But tell me
Hindus,
one thing.
Hindus,
Why everywhere Muslims are not happy? Anywhere you go, why they are not happy?
you are agreeing that it's happening on both the sides.
No, you are not.
but I do not agree on an equal number.
Let's leave the number.
I do not agree it happens in an equal number.
It's not happening both sides.
Same country who say Israel do not have right to be there.
Give me a percentage wise from each side.
Let's agree on one point. It's happening on
don't
both
do
sides or
that.
not.
They don't talk about
So are you saying,
It's happening both the sides or not? Yes or no?
Hindu genocide.
how many percentage-wise is happening from each side?
What happens to the woman is
I just told you it's happening from both sides. I told you it's happening from both sides. But what I want to know from you is who is supporting the lynching?
Don't question on the question. Let's agree.
I agree.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
It's happening both the sides.
On equal amount? Right. So we need to identify.
Next question. You also agree that it shouldn't happen.
That's your mentality.
It's happening both the sides. Maybe numbers vary, right? Maybe if you are saying one side is 90%, the other side is 10%. That's the point is it shouldn't happen.
Yes.
Right? So that's the whole point.
Right. So now tell me now. Why are people? Why are innocent people? Why is the Modi government aiding this?
I'm not responsible for the Modi government.
What are you doing, Pakistan? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I am making the world know what's happening by the Modi government. The Modi government is not a peaceful
Let
government.
them know what's happening in Pakistan or other
Oh,
countries.
now you're deflecting to somewhere else. Instead of dealing with the problem in India, you're deflecting somewhere else.
Any conclusion, but we both agreed it shouldn't happen.
Why are you not telling your Modi government to stop the genocide?
I'm not going to answer it. I'm not
Also, India is known as the rape capital. Why?
We both at least agreed on one point that it shouldn't
Look
happen.
at her. Look at her. So aggressive.
Right?
So aggressive. Look at her.
What are you?
That's the point. Can we take hand?
Yes, I do this.
Talking about India,
It
why?
shouldn't happen both.
Why?
Let's leave it.
What are you doing against your
I
own
have my
government?
own work. Let me continue that.
But why don't you influence your government to stop the genocide?
Hindu-phobic people, you are Hindu-phobic, you know?
Really?
You are not talking about Hindu genocide.
What did I
You are
say?
Hindu-phobic.
There is no Hindu genocide.
There is a
That's
Hindu
a lie.
genocide. The first step is to actually
They're pulling you away because you're lying.
We have other work as well, sir.
Go away. They're pulling you away. India is the rape capital according to your newspapers.
We both agreed on one point. Whatever is happening shouldn't happen.
By the way, do you agree that India should not be a rape capital?
This guy is never a rape capital.
It's in your own newspapers, not mine.
What did I say?
Have you seen
Hindustan
What did I
Times.
say?
Hindustan Times.
What does India say?
You accuse me of Hinduphobia. You accuse me of being racist. What did I say? You just lied against me.
You cannot talk about women talking.
No, you just lied
You
against me.
cannot talk
Why is
about
the
People who are listening,
You are Hindu-phobic.
watch the whole clip. Have I ever been Hinduphobic? Have I ever been racist?
You are
This
denying
lady
genocide.
is
That's a myth.
accusing by making a lie. Wake up, people. The lie you are saying against me. No. I want you to tell her that I have not said anything against.
talking about humanity
so
at
aggressive
all.
woman.
Why are you
You
so
are not talking about
irritated?
humanity at all.
Why are you irritated?
You are Hindu-phobic.
Why are you irritated?
You are
Relax.
Hindu-phobic.
What did I say? What did I say? No, what did I say?
That's your delusion.
This is how London is becoming Hindu.
That's your
What did I say?
What did you say? You are
Tell the
denying
Hindus to
Hindu
come to
genocide.
speak as corner.
Which
You are
one?
denying Hindu genocide.
Which genocide?
We'll give them a platform.
No, you accused me. What did I say?
You are denying genocide.
When did I deny?
We did not let us
Maybe you
talk.
never heard of
When did I
speak as
deny
corner.
You are
anything?
actually
Maybe you
stopping
haven't.
my freedom
It's
of
been here more than
speech.
100 years.
You're denying
You're
it.
serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Maybe
When
one of
did
them
I
is
deny
there.
any
On
genocide?
camera, there are 35,000 people watching us.
Oh, there's more people
This is-
watching.
Yeah.
35,000.
Yeah.
There are probably a million people watching compared to this.
35,000.
Actually,
Right.
Hindu-phobic.
So, may I just say one
It's
thing?
a lie.
So the 35,000 people who are watching, you just seen an example of someone lying in front of your face.
Seriously.
Come on.
Yeah, you cannot talk.
India is the rape capital. Go and sort that
You
out.
cannot tolerate women talking.
Firstly, the lie you accuse people of is amazing. Your 35,000 viewers would watch the beginning of your clip to the end and they would not find anything. And instead, they will tell you how hypocritical you are. A hypocrite, a liar.
Yes, and a lie.
See the crowd? They cannot tolerate women talking.
Yeah, it's only 2 people watching it. Look, I can see it from here.
Look, this is the crowd. They cannot tolerate women talking.
My sister in humanity, stop lying.
They did not let me talk.
Stop lying.
I can talk about the time.
Who didn't let you talk? Your own people dragged you away.
So I thought we would find some real peaceful, peace-loving, fair Hindus in the park today? We couldn't find any. Apart from this one individual who spoke earlier.
We were here to talk about Hindu genocide in Kashmir. It's been happening for the last 30 years. They did not let us talk about it. This is the freedom of expression in London.
You know what?
You
know what?
The first step is
Would you let the sister know that all this emotional outburst is not going to help to solve the problem of the propaganda that we see by the Hindus? Hindus need to stop doing the propaganda. They need to stop killing the people, right?
Stand there and just give a quick comment.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Guys, can you face away from the sign?
Right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. I came to the park today and I was quite interested when I heard there was a speech in a group of people.
You're angry because you're not getting it.
Let's move around because she's not going to be.
You're angry because you're not getting the attention.
Not interrupting. She'll keep on interrupting.
Don't run.
Right.
Don't run.
Right. So, see, it's recording still. So I was quite actually interested when I saw a gathering here with an Indian flag and real Indian people, and I thought, wow, at least finally we will see and hear some real Hindus who are peaceful, peace-loving people, man and woman of justice, to talk against the atrocity committed by the Indian government, by the Hindutva mob in India. And guess what? I was shocked to find it was the opposite. They were talking about a film about the genocide against the Hindus. So when I wanted to ask them, what's happening in India today? Are there Muslims being lynched, killed, murdered, burnt? And they said no. One individual even said, maybe only 5 people out of these 5 years got killed. Unbelievable brainwashing. Look, we don't want any human beings to be killed, lynched, murdered. We don't want any of that. Whether you be a Hindu or a Muslim or a Jew or a Christian or an atheist or no religion. Human beings, your life is sacred. That is what Islam says. Human life is sacred.
This is what Quran says.
Can you not interrupt when I'm talking? This is a fanatic Christian heckler because now I'm going to talk about something which is universally shared. He's going to interrupt.
Why don't you speak against terrorism? Happen in India.
Right.
Time.
Just to finish up, in the Quran, Allah says that Allah told Bani Israel that killing one person is like killing of whole of humanity. So the Subhanallah, look at this.
So when Muhammad
People
Muhammad
need to understand that Islam considers human life sacred. That teaching that was given in the Torah is universalized. Islam did not abrogate that teaching. That teaching is such that killing one person unjustly is like killing the whole of humanity. Saving one person is like saving of whole of humanity. It is not about killing a Muslim life or a Christian life or not. Human life. So these people will bark. They will bark at the sides so that you don't listen to this universal, agreeable teaching of Islam. They want you to be silenced from listening, but you know for sure. So when we talk about the violence that we see in India, for example, if the Muslims are committing violence, we will speak against it. We are not going to say, oh, they're my brothers, let us celebrate. No! Injustice, unjust killing is never going to be right. If they are killed, even by Muslims unjustly, that is wrong, and they should be facing the hands of the law and be then punished if they were cheated.
There's a Hindu here who wants to talk to us.
Fine, fine. All right. So now, just to show to you again, we were discussing earlier these Hindus illustrating to us they were peaceful, fair, neutral and just. But what did we see? In the discussion we saw emotional outbursts, not from a fair individual, but someone who's aggressive inside. The passive aggression that we saw, it is all to see. Instead, 34,000 followers, she was lying to that I apparently am a Hindu phobic, that I was a racist, when I said no such a thing, when I was telling the opposite. So, this man comes from a Hindu background. Is that so? He's defending them. So just again, all people, be man and woman of justice. Stand up against injustice, wherever it may be. Whether it be in your own community, your own people. In the Quran, you will be surprised to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, be and stand firm as firm witnesses. Stand firm as firm witnesses. Even if it goes against your own self, against your kith, your kin, your relatives. That is the ideal that Islam brings to establish justice on earth. So we invite you to the justice of Islam. We invite you to the truth of Islam. We invite you to the reality of your purpose in this life is not to worship idols which you make with your own hands. Not to worship idols that you crave in your own factory, but to worship the one and only Creator, the Creator of Krishna, whether he existed in reality, the Creator of Christ, whether he was, as they claim, to be the Messiah or not. But we believe all of these people, all of the people have been believed wrongly to be gods on earth. No. None of them are worthy of worship except the one who created them all. So, oh people, come back to the worship of God, because only then, and only then, you'll have true salvation. If you worship a man, or a woman, a monkey, or a rat, or anything of this creation, you will not be saved in the hereafter. You will not smell the fragrance of paradise. Only if you worship your Creator who created the whole of cosmos, you will have your salvation. We will have our salvation. So what are we inviting you to? To wake up. Wake up to worship none but the one and only God. Don't worship anyone else. If you want to worship anyone else, you seal your fate and you will face your consequence. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولكم. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولكم. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.